We join you in honor of your invitation to bless the lives of those who hear you speak, as all in your planet have entered a new phase of evolution, a new planetary cycle. We have opened to a radically new time. It is our heartfelt interest to assist all of humanity in this effort to remember your true nature, the roots of civilization that come from the divine nature of all life. It has long been a distorted view of the world that so many on your planet are operating with. These are misconceptions of a very limited set of ideas of who they are, what is possible to create together, and how to return to their true nature and operate from the divine blueprint within them. In your world, it always benefits you to recognize the frequency of the energy behind any communication that you hold. For this is what delivers the message that packs a punch, as you say, in your world. It is what empowers words to land softly on the heart, or with crystal clear clarity that is needed, to resolve the darkness and confusion that is wrapped around the minds of so many. The word is power, and it rides upon this frequency and emanates through the voice of the one speaking. So, tune your frequency before you speak. Recognize whether it is being carried on the recognition of your wholeness, or if an aspect of your being that is struggling, hurting, angry, wounded is the one delivering the message. All these parts are entirely valid in your experience, and yet they are seeking attention. Not to come from love, but to be heard. So before you speak to another from those places, seek to integrate by inviting their presence within you to be heard fully and completely from a place of compassion and the embrace of love. This means approaching these parts with neutrality for what has been experienced. For when an aspect within you, for example, is holding anger, there is often deep hurt beneath this layer. So, in simply approaching the feeling of this aspect with compassion, with the presence of harmony and a willingness to hear all grievances, then will it soften, and you will know the root desire beneath the anger. You will know the need for love that is calling for your attention. And when that part is heard and acknowledged and accepted for what it is as valid, its defenses and shields will drop away, as love melts and dissolves the resistance to its integration. Then you may feel that you were at one with this formerly angry part of yourself or hurting aspect, and you will feel at peace, and this peace will carry you to a new place from which to communicate. This is a little known skill in your world, the simplicity of meeting your parts and inviting them to wholeness through non-judgment, acceptance, radical honesty, and compassion. When these elements are present, which, by the way, are all elements of under the umbrella of love, then you will begin to have the language of heart communication on your planet. You will begin to know how to care for your own selves in a way that allows you to show up in your true divinity as beings of light, living in harmony with one another, and yet expressing your uniqueness, the traits that make you different without losing that level of peace and true harmony amongst you. The words with which you speak will ride upon the energy of love, for you will no longer be filled with inner conflicts, for those have been resolved by your own will and practice. Your ability to embrace what is within, is simply reflected in your outer world, and it becomes natural for all external forces to drop their resistance. For the change you deeply desire and wish to come to pass will occur one step at a time through the integration of love, the power of acceptance, seeing beyond duality, being open and willing to experiment and learn this skill of self-love. It may seem that it is a process, and yet it is fundamentally a way of being with yourself, a way of nurturing the various parts of your personality. This is part of the mastery of being divine in the human body, learning to work with your ego to become adept at communicating love to the childish parts within you that have been wounded along the way of your upbringing. To learn to find balance within so that you may bring equanimity to your relationships, your work, your service in the world, and discover underneath all that we are speaking of that it is most natural for you to respond to all from a place of love. It is simply an undoing of so many things you have learned, the conditioning that has told you, you must stomp on others to stand up for yourself, or push down feelings to be accepted, or to protect your hearts from one another, or that you must appear a certain way in order to be loved. There are so many conditioned responses established in your world that have limited your capacity to feel loved and to express the love that you are. As you play with these parts and bring them home in your own embrace, without regard for what others think of you, have told you, or say to you, when you come to peace, and fall in love with yourself, your world will offer this beautiful reflection back to you in so many ways. And gradually, one by one, this will ripple throughout your world, as you inspire one another to make change, starting within the sacred chambers of your heart.